Cosmic Shakti, baby!
You can find all my clothing and merchandise and artistic expression by clicking Show More underneath this video and finding the links below. So here I am back in the gym. Everything's going pretty good. You know, my left shoulder's feeling not too bad. I mean, it feels pretty good with the pressing movements and stuff. Just sometimes getting in position for dumbbell presses and things, it feels a little bit off. So still hasn't fully recovered yet. So I'm not pushing myself too hard when it comes down to some of the pressing movements at this point. But anyway, you know, I'm still making videos and still making some progress. You know, I'll show you what I look like at the end of this video. There'll be a shot of me. So it's all coming back. The pump is coming. The pump is coming. You know, so basically today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some chest, back, and some legs. The reason why is because I just felt like, you know, there was almost a resistance to doing legs. And I was thinking about doing it the next day. And I'm like, you know, I'm just going to get it over and done with. I'm going to do some light legs, some light walking lunges, actually. And I have to say, they are the guaranteed butt builders. I mean, whether you do them light, whether you do them heavy, doesn't matter. I mean, they're great movement for building a butt, and we've got this huge butt fascination now on Pinterest and everywhere else. I mean, I'm on Pinterest, by the way, if you want to follow me on there. But the bottom line is that there's this this total ass fascination. So everywhere you go, people are trying to build a butt. You know, they want to look like you know, one of the Kardashians or something. So they're trying to, you know, just build a butt muscle just for the sake of having it, you know, and to tell you the truth, it's incredibly inconvenient to have a big butt. But hey, you know, who am I to judge, right? I mean, one thing about me is from all the bodybuilding and lifting weights and stuff over the years, even when my legs aren't at their biggest, I still have a hard time finding pants. And I went to Italy just a while ago, and when I was in Italy, we were trying on some pants because there's some really nice clothes over there, and not a chance. I mean, I could get into the t-shirts, but there was no way I was getting my fat ass in any of the pants, because the pants were just, if you buy like a 40-inch waist, you're still wearing spandex if you have a 32-inch waist and you have bodybuilding legs. So for any of you guys out there, or women out there fascinated with building an ass, hey, just know that it will limit your fashion sense. So so yeah, here I am. I worked my way up to the 110s. I'm not showing all the sets, but I did about 5 sets altogether. You know, I just keeping that constant tension, get constant tension in the range of motion that feels right for me. And yeah, just it feels pretty good. I'm getting a pretty good pump in there. And, you know, feel like I look better than I look. And that's all that matters, right? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It matters about how good you think you look, right? So, yeah, I just keep holding on to it. That's it. You know, I'm, you know, Mr. Olympia in my own head, and that makes me feel good when I'm in the gym. So, just so you know, I went from dumbbell presses then, and I went right to bent over rows. So I did a few warm-up sets, and a funny thing is, when I was actually filming, I forgot to turn the camera on for about 2 of my working sets. So this will be a short bent over row workout. But what I'm doing is I'm doing the reverse grip, and don't worry, I'll be doing another angle here. I'm just showing you the initial warm-up here. But I'm doing the reverse grip. So my hands are actually supinated, which means the palms are facing the mirror. Okay. Now, there's no right or wrong here. It's just a matter of just changing it up, and you will feel your back differently from doing the underhand grip as opposed to the overhand. So I strongly encourage you to, you know, try it out and see which one works best for you. But I ultimately like to do both. I like to work it back and forth because you know, you're always trying to get different muscles to activate, and by changing it up and doing these major lifts, the compound movements, you're actually really hitting all these different subtle muscle fibers. Of course, now you're seeing my sets where I could barely get any reps, and my grip was failing and everything because I'd already did like 3 sets with my camera turned off. So I had to do an extra couple more just to show you guys. So thanks for encouraging me out there, and thanks for forcing me to work harder in my workout. So yeah, so that's it for bent over rows. Now I'm walking over to the walking lunges, which, you know, at first, you know, legs are pretty tight. You just want to stretch them out pretty good. Now, it's really important for you to note on this movement, you can pull things and tear things really easily if you don't warm up. You know, I'll warm up with body weight, sometimes stationary, one-legged squats, or I'll do walking like this. And the reason why I do this is because you really want to get that groin and the hamstrings stretched safely with light weight. And I've had a lot of people and seen a lot of people pull hamstrings and pull muscles from doing heavy weight. And of course, the forward momentum, you want to not move extremely fast. Like I'm doing this fast because it's my body weight. But the heavier weight you go, definitely the slower you want to go, you see, because what's happening is that, you know, there's going to be a tremendous amount of momentum for your muscles to stop. And if they're in a stretch position and they're stopping that momentum, there is a possibility of pulling or tearing something. So I know this from personal experience watching it, and so just be careful. If you're going to do this movement, make sure you're good and warm and take it slowly. The only reason why I can move this fast with 35s is because the weight that I usually use is around 70s. It's just that I'm having a lazy day and I just want to do more reps and do a longer workout as far as the higher repetition range with the walking lunges. And the great thing about walking lunges is that it really doesn't matter if you are using lightweight or heavyweight, you will still be sore. Like as I'm sitting here in the chair recording this voiceover, I am feeling my ass on the seat. So it's one of those things where you are, you just vary it up. Sometimes you do high reps, sometimes you do a little lower reps. But with the stretching movements, I do find it's a little bit safer to stay with higher repetitions with any movement that is extreme stretch of any kind, okay? It's going to be a little bit more dangerous going super heavy, and especially when you add heavy, stretch, and momentum. Those three together, you got to be really careful. You got to really slow down the momentum and be careful, right? So I did about two or three sets with 35 pounders, and then I went to one set with, I believe, the 50s. And that's, like I said, light for me, but at the same time you do feel your legs quite well, and you do get a great burn and a great stretch. So I would say that the best leg builder, honestly, is walking lunges and one-legged squats. I wouldn't actually even say squats are the best leg builder per se. I mean, although they're great, they do build legs really well, but I do find that I get more soreness and more pain from walking lunges and more of an overall leg pump. Right, so here I am with the 50s, and I'm talking over to a guy there, not concentrating because I was stalling a bit in between sets, so I'm taking about 2 minutes rest in between, 2.5 minutes, and yeah, he was making fun of me. He's like, "Oh, you're resting? Come on, get moving here, get your ass in gear, start working hard here." So yeah, great movement. I love the Smith machine lunge too, or one-legged squat. The Smith machine is great for getting an extra squeeze at the top, and it's great for really working the quad and the hamstring like crazy in the butt. So if I was going to pick 2 or 3 movements for butt development, the one-legged squat on the Smith machine and the walking lunge are the 2 top ones, I would say. And it's just debatable depending on how you're built, whether it's squats. Now look at this face. See that's a face. I should make a poster out of that. Yeah, I think that shows you how much effort goes into these walking lunges. Yeah, so don't let this happen to you. Avoid walking lunges. So anyway, I'm just going to show you what I look like right now, how my progress is coming, and I'm talking there because obviously taking your shirt off in the gym is probably not allowed. So anyway, I'm just showing you what I look like here, so you can kind of see my progress as I'm working my way back to getting in shape again. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.